All right, first game, we're going to start from the standing position, neutral position. We're both going to be looking to do the same thing, okay? Which is we're both going to be looking for opportunities to get to any kind of 2-on-1 control, all right? So 2 hands on 1 arm, all right? However that looks, I don't care. Once you get there, you have 2 options. First one, you're going to use that control, however it looks, to glue their arm to their body and keep it there as long as possible, okay? Your second option is to use that arm to then drag them to the floor. If you can get them to post up on the floor, that'll be a win. If you get them to post on the floor, keep them there for as long as possible. If they happen to fall, reset. The goal is not to knock them over, but in the course of training, if they happen to fall, we can just reset. Both looking for the same thing, so same thing, same time. Any questions? Starting no connections. Yeah, we're gonna start out here. Any other questions? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to start in a kneeling position. I'm going to cover both sides of his hips and get my hooks in here. 1, 2. This is our starting alignment, okay? So I have chest to back. I'm not going to start with any hand placements yet, okay? When we go, my job is to maintain chest to back position and look for finishes, okay? So look for threats of submission, see them through, get a submission, okay? If your submission takes you somewhere other than chest to back, but you're still threatening a finish, keep going. Game's live until Dom escapes that submission. For Dom to win, what he's gonna look to is disconnect his back from my chest and face me in any capacity. As long as he's not in the threat of a submission, it's gonna be a win. So however that looks like, he could be in the bottom of mount, I don't care. But as long as he's looking at me and there's no threat of a submission, that's a win for Dom, okay? Any questions? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys, next game. We've played this one a bunch of times around the world, all right? So I'm gonna start with any kind of chest-to-chest alignment I want. Doesn't matter, you can switch it up. I would prefer you to switch it up every time you reset. You're gonna start here. Your main objective, as always, is to keep them on their back, okay? So keep them down. While you do this, you cannot stop moving. Now, when we do this, this doesn't mean you have to move like Usain Bolt as fast as possible at all times. You can move slowly. I just don't want this to happen. I don't want you to settle, right? That's not what we're working on right now. We're working on keeping him pinned while we move. While we play this game, if on top you find an opportunity for a submission, you can go for it and see the submission through, okay? Bottom player, your job, your singular goal is to stand up. While you're doing this, look to make connections with hands, elbows, knees, and feet on the top player in order to manage some distance and use that to move them off of you, to destabilize them to their hips, hands, butt, or back, and stand up. Any questions? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to jump into a leg entanglement. To get into this position, if you're not as familiar, okay? We're going to get into cross ashi, or basically I'm going to be attacking one side leg here. I'm going to get hip to hip. If I'm the attacker, top leg over, bottom leg under, remain hip to hip, and we're in the position, okay? That's what we're getting to, all right? When I'm here, my job, submissions are on, okay? My job is, if you're newer to leg entanglements or you're not quite sure, here's what I would like you to do. I'm the bottom player. As the attacking player here, I want to maintain this position, so look to keep his hips on the floor, and while we're doing this, look to capture the secondary leg, okay? To win the game, if you're newer at leg locks, all I would like you to do is capture the toes. If you can capture the toes, that's gonna be a win for you, okay? Or your other option is to get up on top of him and get to any pinning position, so chest to chest or chest to back. So this is a little bit more open than we typically do for our leg entanglement games. If you're a little bit more comfortable with leg locks, submissions are on. You can go ahead and hunt for some submissions. Also, keep in mind a chest to chest or chest to back alignment is also an option for both players. I'll talk about the other player in a second. Defending player. What you're going to be looking to do is to keep your leg safe, so hiding the toes and whatnot. Hiding the heel. Don't let me get to this leg, and look to keep this leg free. Don't let me capture that secondary leg. If you keep that leg free, you're gonna have a lot more ability to move. Your win condition, you can also submit, so counter leg locks are a thing. So you can absolutely submit, or anything if you have any other submissions that you managed to catch here. Also, though, if you get to any chest-to-chest or chest-to-back alignment as this player as well, that would also be a win. Okay? Any questions? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Guys, last game up for today. We're going to have a standing player versus a belly-up guard player. Bottom player, you're going to get inside position and have at least one leg attached to the top player's hip, meaning looking something like this or something like this, but just I want at least one foot attached to their hip. You can get creative with it. I don't care how you do it. From there, what we're looking to do, top player is looking to strip grips, right, in order to get to a chest-to-chest or chest-to-back alignment. Bottom player, I'm using this setup. I can change however I want, but we're starting in this structure. And I'm using my connections in order to destabilize him, so knock him over to his hands, butt, hips, or back in order to come up on top or to submit him. Okay? Any questions? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3.